Is my cam? Oh shoot! I don't have my cam. Okay. So you're gonna hear some noises. The puppy is back there playing and making those squawking noises. And I didn't have my camera set up, so that's lovely. Give me just a moment. Thanks. Okay. Let's see if I can find it. This has been a whole deal, you guys. Things are not quite set up the way I want, but hopefully, there we go. That's something. If we focus, we can focus. We can, so that lose it. Okay, so hi, it's time to write again, and hopefully everything's going well. I know my mic picks up my typing and my slamming the mouse down a lot, so I managed to get on. Last week it was just kind of tough. I think part of it is I've been playing. I'm kind of getting a little bit fatigued playing No Man's Sky. I am going to continue, but I thought I'd play a few other things, which probably wasn't the most exciting thing to start. It's a lot of cinematics and story, so the gameplay is very brief in between those things. But it was fun to just do something a little bit different. Let's see. But today we're writing. Mochi's being really loud, I know. She's back there wrestling with Quibble and Grr, who are fairly quiet when they wrestle, compared to her, because she likes to bark, her little squawky bark. Alright. So, where we left off is that I kind of went through a really quick basic outline of what I think is going to be the fourth book. It's not exactly where I expected to end up, but that's where we ended up. But let's see what we get here. Why don't we go ahead and switch? Well, actually, let me get up a couple of the things here. Need to get... But I wanted to go back to pulling stuff out of the stories that I'd written and get some of that world building done. Because I'm not ready to write that book yet. And it's still kind of in the rough outline phase, so it's not quite ready to go there. Get all these lovely things up. Okay. Switch to desktop. So here in the lovely outline, things start happening. Because I had started to put low. I know when Vinali happened, and low will have to leave slightly after that, so I have some items there. That's when Vinali was born, and then this is when things really start happening. But I started kind of organizing everything here by color, so grouping them by location, you know, what country basically they're from, because that makes sense to me. And kind of getting my colors a little bit more set up in anti-lane. The other thing as I went and did is I didn't make this in the last stream, but I managed to get through another story. This one is that's Love Notes. Here we go. Nothing like the sun. So there's a couple things here. This also takes place in the Necropolis. And I had just started getting like a little few pieces out here, including a couple more characters, which I've added to the anvil. Let me see, Necropolis characters. This is not what goes in here. Oh, yes, it is. So the Witch Guard, let's talk about the Witch Guard. The Witch Guard, they are basically the law enforcement in Necropolis. They report to the Charm Witches. And a couple characters introduced in here. Choblis, which is only talked about. They are the head of the guard. Anya and Morgnal, who are scouts. They were ordered to follow someone down into the catacombs. Catacombs in the Necropolis are not a place you go. When someone dies in the Necropolis, they are left at the entrance of the catacombs, and the body disappears. They don't know if they're interred in the Necropolis. They do know sometimes new features show up, like bone chests, memorials, and things do suddenly show up, but not always. And no one is sure who decides who gets what. And there's some grumblings and politics around that as well. But these two have been ordered to go in because fugitives, Kadrick and his band mainly, have gone in there. And you're not supposed to go in there alive. They weren't given any lights or given any ghost lights. They were told, they wouldn't make it that far, just go in, come out. In my mind, there is a more political reason why they're sent, these two. Someone wants to get rid of them. There's no point. When they go in there, they would have given up. So they don't quite make it through, and they don't quite think that through in this story, and that's kind of one of the problems in the story that I wrote. The story doesn't really go anywhere anyway. It's more of a character story also working out some things, but it's a pretty scary place. They're instantly separated. Morgnal seems to be. Next time Anya sees Morgnal, he seems to be dead. He seems to be a ghost and a specter. And I have these little glimmers, which I need to write down. So these that I have in each one. So that's where I was at with this, getting these glimmers down. And it kind of ends where they don't really know. So let's see. Anya opened her eyes where they shouldn't be. Anya opened her eyes to bright sunlight. How did she get here? She sat up on her elbows and tried to look around. She was on the sandy shore of some great lake. Not an ocean, she didn't think. Not that she would know the difference, and I've spelled no wrong. Here, that happens. Just walking at the door. About time you woke up, Morgan said. He flicked a pebble in the air. Morgan, how? Anya pushed herself up. Where are we? What happened? When the darkness came, I found that prince, but before, and this should all probably be part of this. Just realized, how do we know what happened here? And even if I'm not using this, I'm sitting here editing it because I can't help myself. Things come out real fluffy. I know the difference between these things, but they don't always make it out my fingers. When the darkness came, I found that prince, but before I could nab him, that little girl pushed me right into the shrine. Woke up a shelter. Oh, this is what... Actually, no, this is Marginal talking. So it should be this. What happened? When the darkness came, I found that prince, but before I could nab him, that little girl pushed me right into a shrine. Woke up a sheltering ghost. I got her embrace in the end. I think I told you what they're shouting. Did I do that? That should be a question mark. Anya clenched her eyes and bit her lip. She wouldn't cry. I think I drowned, but you told me. Bashara, why'd you go and do that? I got your message, found the prince and whatever she was. They offered to save me. Margot punched her shoulder again. What? It should be, why did you fight them? Why did you fight them? Or what did you fight them? Actually, let's see. That makes more sense. What? Did you fight them? Yeah, I think I did. Well, how far does the shore go? Don't know. Annie watched the wave. Should we go? So it's unclear kind of what happens here at the end to them. And I don't think I know. I just kind of stopped myself. Did I define sheltering ghosts? I think I did. Let's take a look at the world. I got a lot of things like organized too in here. Let's see. Encyclopedia. Flora and fauna. We got things, there's a hearth ghost. No, I didn't put a sheltering ghost in here. Let me get this one edited in, but I got things more in alphabetical order so they're easy to find. I might categorize them further. But let's edit this one. And we'll come down here. But fauna. Snowhawks. So sheltering will go right here. Let's talk about sheltering ghosts. Ghost in the tries to warn the living and may even protect them. Before they could help someone. Like that, and then let's do that on a link. Yells of frost. This. Starland, Somalia. Go, save changes, and let's view the page. Look at this, and we're back up. Need to fix that, but that's fine. I didn't mean to go to the link. Is why is it linking twice? It's not good. I have to double click something. There we go. Anyway, so shelter ghosts. And then in here, let's see. I've had a few, I think these are under religion. Encyclopedia, Deeds of Religion. I think I did this in this article in the. I need to think of a new theme. I really like this one, but then they updated Obsidian and this theme with Plottr. Let's see if I can edit it. I don't know, but I also don't like how this happens now. So, and it might just be because it's it's doing that even on. Make this bigger. Nope. Okay, let's not do it like that. Religion, Temple of Union. So excerpts. So I want to do excerpts for the Emerald one. I have a few already. Rules, curses, prayers. So let's do. Hold on a second. Mochi, what do you have? Okay, you have your toy. Good girl. Good girl. Sorry, it's a crinkling noise. I couldn't see what she had, and it didn't look like the toy because she has a different crinkling toy, and I just didn't see it. Okay. Anyway, so I wanted to do inscriptions here. Shoes. Plus. And these we're going to give a paragraph to. So I have one of these. First one, steps in the darkness, echoes. There's nothing in those shoes. Have you ever walked around a graveyard? Sometimes the inscriptions are kind of really interesting. Not always, but sometimes you see some really cool things. Let's see, the next one is. Oops. A cold breath deep inside the lungs, chills past the bones, beyond somewhere where the soul resides. You are never warm again. And the next one. A momentary glimmer of light fades. It should be there is loneliness and darkness. Just like there is darkness and light. I think there's one more. Shuffling back and forth, each step farther from oblivion. These are the shoes I must walk in. So not to the other one. And there are sounds in my heart. This is where darkness swells, where there is nothing to sweep away. These are supposed to kind of evoke the feeling of this, what I was going for here, but Oh. All right, and then nothing like the sea. Each early morn is a gift. Every day a curse. So just kind of some creepy stuff there. All right. Let's grab this. There we go. All right, so that's that story. Let's see where we're at with short stories. I think we're really close to the end. I think I might just have a few little snippets left. Now the folder open. I think I originally called this one safe. I'm not sure why. Yeah, there it is. The dump for that. And oops, too far. So let's go ahead and delete that. Clean that out. We have a few ones going here. Just see if I changed anything. No. That was the export scribblers. We're going to delete those. Okay, where do we go now? What do we do now? I think we'll do as far as spires. This one I submitted to NYC Midnight, didn't make it past round one. It wasn't what they were looking for, which is fine. And I don't think I have. I do have. Something like an engineer, and it's like, oh, I have these engineer characters. So I don't think I need to actually open up Scribbler Manage to get its butt open. Yeah. I think we'll be able to copy it all from here now. Alright, let's close Scribbler. We're going to copy this. Let's see here. So I'm going to collapse some of these. And we want a new chapter. All right. So we have Molly Midge, who I think we talked about briefly. Molly was is a maid assigned to Isophine in Morgador Castle. But at this point, she's this might actually be a scene in the fourth book too. Let's get that open. Let's look at what you could become. So one of the hard things about these is getting like usually I have this thing happening, but it doesn't like weave the threads. A lot of these plotting things and using Plottr, getting the threads of everyone, it's a little bit harder to do. And so usually what I have is like I'll have the chapters and then I'll have POVs down the side is usually how I like to use it. But like I said, I use that template, which I actually really kind of liked. I looked up Story Dot, and it's actually started out as like a coloring book, which is kind of fun. Which you can download and print yourself, honestly, but you can also buy it on Amazon. But I wonder if I hit use template here. Oh, this has like the scenes. It's kind of cool. So here, while I've gotten a kind of, these are all the things that need to happen in each one of these. They're only from particular points of view, and I start bringing in others later, but there are some threads happening in this first part. And so I wonder, let's see, new title. I think we can add a new, can't I? Expand or collapse. Because they don't want to go. And I think I need to do this more, because there's some. Let's do this again. We're gonna change the color to something more image-like. Molly and Dolph. And I'm not going to really sit here and outline this right now. Low and because if I sit here and think about it, let's do it again. This will make green. And this is nice. Down. Um, Yenrei. Give her a different color. Let's give her red. We'll get to them too. And then this is going to be Elaine and Callie. So I don't know who's going to be with them, but I'm assuming what's going to happen. Oh, one duplicate. Change the color. Oh, we'll give him duplicate one. Usually this game is like Castle something. It's like a Nintendo game. You had to follow these lines everywhere, and the color lines. It was kind of weird. You basically dealt through this castle. But anyway, that's there. This will be Kadric. And I'm only duplicating this one because this is their ordinary world at this point, which is not ordinary for a lot of them. But after this point, they should all start coming together. Some may take a little longer, but that's kind of the gist of it. So we're gonna leave that. Super complicated stories. Sure it's saved. Okay, so back to our first story. We have Molly, and we head over to the Bentaurus characters. Bentaurus. So, well, let's view this and make it easier. So, that's the royal family. They're nobles, servants, small image of the spires. So, scullery maid, lady's maid, possible airship floozy. So, that's Molly. And then Dolph, engine man, black, short, skinny. And I had just introduced him, so I'm still working on his character. But he and Molly end up together towards the end of the Ice Age books. So I started trying to explore what that meant. And so let's give them a place in here. Let's create a character. Molly image. And they are not Recidian, they are Ventara. I just realized Ice has the wrong color. There we go. I don't think I have any Recidians actually on here yet. That's fine. Molly image. And then let's create Dolph. Just need to think about who he is. So I wrote this to kind of originally to just try to figure him out because he was introduced kind of tangentially, and then but at the end he's basically the one who kept surviving. So he ended up with Molly. So I needed to flesh out his character more as he comes to the forefront. So she's sitting on the bridge. The lady, we have not addressed who the lady is, but so we'll keep that down. Come on, he said, dragging Molly back. She didn't resist, and when he pulled, and it should be her down the road, when he pulled her. She pulled down the road. She followed. He didn't know if she had her mind or if she was lost, but he didn't care. Just get away, he thought. Survive. Run with the airship. We're not a passenger boat. Copper sheath, crystal edging. I can do it all. When was your last book? Let's take a look at the technology article. Encyclopedia, Science and Technology. Ships, air, and sea. Do they have a full-on technology article? There's. Oh, there's technology. Okay, I found it. It's at the top level. Okay. So. Did I write out the whole copper thing? I can't remember. I have it in my head. So. Oh, you know what this might actually be under? Honestly, now that I think about it, let's go back. I think under magic and magic items. This is one I haven't. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna put it here so that it's all in one place because I haven't really talked about it. How did I spell it there? When was your last birth? Coverage. Engines. Okay, so these are the engines that power the airships in my world, at least in my mind. So, these are large cylinders. Right, cylinder. Okay. Large open, large open. We should actually try to draw these out. Open cylinders with a fuel crystal lodged inside. I'm gonna say suspended. That's better. Suspended by one end inside. A copper sheath is plunged over crystal in the reaction palette of the ship. As well as stores energy in the, so it's magic, so Dolph can do magic. He can do engineering magic. Loading crystals in this apparatus is called crystal lodging. Engineers can let's see. Certain magical skill to make they work. Since Residia and Ben Taurus have a monopoly on airships. They also have one on these. So that gives me something else I actually have to deal with too. Let's get this in there. Getting all these details down. I don't want to like overthink it. You can get as technical as you want when you're doing this Worldbuilding, but I find I don't want to get too. I just enough for it to make sense to me, in a way. And I don't think I had fuel crystals on here, but we do that too. Or did I have those under crystals? Nature, geology, minerals. Yeah, I did. Okay. So no need for that here. So I guess I do need to do kind of a write-up on these engineers. Magic. Other magic. Let's do that. Artificers. It's different. Oh, there's something I hadn't. H2. Paragraph. Okay. let's see. Engineers are skilled at crystal cutting and assemblage to create engines and batteries and manipulate fuel crystals. They have an affinity to these crystals. While this is a type of magic, many do not view it that way. This allows countries like Ventaris to keep engineers around, even though even though it is outside their rules on allowed magics. Engineers are considered a precious resource, and keeping them in your country can mean the difference in technology. All right. Basically, if they just let engineers go do whatever they wanted anywhere, everyone would have airships and various technology. Not everyone does. Himalaya, for example, can't make its own airships. Not only does it not have the resources, but it does not have the engineers. Obviously there's, different types of engineers like there were anywhere else that do different things, but this is done at their core. So let's see here, characters. And I have that characters up. I should have those characters up. Go. We want characters, vendors. Down here, there's a lot of characters. Vendors. Molly, Blue Runner, Dolph. He's engine man of the Blue Runner, but he's an engineer. So, but not a dreamer in the same sense. Alright, so he convinces... Oh, we should also have the ships open. So many things. Close these extra tabs. Articles, world encyclopedias, science and technology. I think I have the Blue Runner in here, which was Lorik's personal ship. Yes, I do. Okay. So he gets them on a ship. And he just convinces them they have to go. And I kind of jumped. So, oh, hello. The real salties. Could this, like, yeah, there is different versions for World Anvil. Um, let me see if I can bring that up, actually. Let's see. So there is a free version. You can have up to 2 worlds. You could have, what is it, 20 in draft with total number of articles. So 21 time in draft status rather than published. And then the total 175 articles. You get your templates, you get maps, you just don't get like the markers. You can have timelines, you can of course export it. Your basic homepage, which means you can't really edit it, it's going to be what it is. 100 megabytes of storage plus a little bit extra for maps. You can't have things or any like advanced timelines or kind of like personalization things. They'll have ads and everything, so you can do a free version. Don't have the manuscript writing of just having kind of like a little article database for your world. But then it kind of goes up from there. So and there's a bunch of tools. So basically, so yeah, it does work. If you want a place just to put your stuff, a free version is a good place to start. Like I said, they let you export everything, and it exports everything in like a giant Word doc, all separated out just like you had it. So your stuff is not stuck in there, which is kind of like that. And there is like a one-time pay that you can do too. Like for one of the guild versions, there is like a lifetime pay too, instead of just a subscription. So that's all in this one. I'll go ahead and stick that in the chat. But I like it. It lets me keep everything organized and out there. It helps me think. The templates that it has, I haven't been using a lot of these just because they have a very specific bent to how they want the world to work. And while I liked a lot of the template things put in there, I couldn't really But since, I also have web skills, so I'm kind of designing my own, and I can code a lot of this on my own. But I have used a couple of the templates for things; they're kind of nice, and I've gone through some of that in my earlier streams. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of where I have the I'm kind of like pulling apart my stories and getting it into the world building stuff. Um, this is where we have Wordova. Let's see. I was just sticking her character in here. And you can have full character sheets and everything like that. And there's various game systems. So if you're setting up something like for a game system, you can actually go in settings and choose which game system you're using. And there's templates and things specific to those game systems. So that's something as well. Rothgar. I'm actually going to make a category for pirates. They exist. Cordova. But I am going to I'm just actually going to have to wrap up. I have some other stuff going on today, so I can't keep going. So, but thank you for joining that. So I hope that that was helpful. Check out some of my other writing streams. I also have my channel on YouTube if you want to look at some of the past ones that I've done, including like really going in and setting up. I set up all of this on my stream, so I do have those videos there for you to look at. But next week we'll be back with a new game. I'm not sure what I'm going to play next Friday, or yet. I have not made that decision. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But thank you so much for joining and taking the questions. Writing will be back next Saturday. Of course, we have my Saturday post on YouTube too. We're currently just came up for the gouache class that I was taking. That's kind of it right now. I hope you all have a great week.